take ill or need medical attention. That is not uncommon. What is, uncommon, however, is geriatric care. Not so many people actually know what geriatric care, is about. It sounds like big grammar. It's something that affects everybody. It's not a high, low, average kind of sickness that it can hit anybody, right? So please, can you expatiate what geriatric care really is about?
Okay. So geriatric care is really about the care for the elderly,
Okay.
medical care especially for the elderly.
Mm.
So it encompasses a lot.
Mm.
Like we have piloted preventive care, which is one of the stages, one of the ways to help people who have aged. But a lot more is involved. I
Mhm.
mean, geriatricians who are the specialists for the elderly have to be special because they are not only taking care of maybe the kidneys or the heart or different specialties in their bodies, but taking care of the whole aging system.
Mm.
That's once you age, your system ages too. So these are things that the geriatrician must handle,
Mhm.
and it's a special place in medicine that they are just a few.
Right.
Yeah,
Especially in this part of the country.
exactly.
Speaking about especially this part of the country, when you say elderly, in this part of the country, when you say somebody is elderly, sometimes they tell you, they say it's condition with prescription, something like that. So we're not even sure, how much or how old you are when you say that you're elderly. So as geriatricians that you are, when you refer to elders, what age range are you referring to exactly?
Okay, so first of all, it's important to clear up that we are not geriatricians.
Okay.
We are just able to provide their services to our users and our patients.
Oh, great.
And when we say elderly in Nigeria, we are looking at, so we look at the age from about 55 because the life expectancy is quite low.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wait till the traditional 65 and above,
Right.
a lot of people we will care for would have been lost.
Yes.
So we as Gerocare
Mhm.
select 55 and above as the people we consider,
Mm-hmm.
but according to WHO is about 65 and above.
Right. So help us understand, how does Gericare operate?
Alright, so Gerocare enables people like you and I, wherever we are in the world, subscribe for medical care for our parents in Nigeria, in any city in Nigeria, using the Gerocare mobile application.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe in London, Paris, New York, or even other states in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
What you do is go to our platform, download our application, or just go on our site, register an account for yourself. Then add the details of the person you want us to manage, and then make a payment. Immediately, the person is matched to a doctor who lives nearby, who begins to visit you at home at least once a month and provide us, the children, with real-time feedback wherever we are in the world.
Right.
And by real-time feedback, I mean when the doctor gets to the house, he checks in. Wherever in the world you are, you know the doctor is in your house. When he's done, he checks out, you know he has left. You then receive a summary on how mama or papa are doing for that day. If they need drugs or tests, you pay via your app and it's delivered to them at home. So they receive the entire spectrum of care they will have received in the clinic in the comfort of their home, with you making payments from wherever you are and constantly reminding them that you care. You've not forgotten them, you send a doctor regularly to see them. That's what we do.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Now, this month, this August, Gerocare is 5.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. And one of the streets is that management has put together a series of activities for people to participate in. So, can you just tell us, like, some of these activities that you put together?
Yeah, so we started this whole celebration since the 8th of August.
Okay.
And from the 8th of August till now, we've been doing some challenges. You recreate your elderly one's picture, match against yours, and then, of course, those with the highest likes win prizes. We also have a dance competition where you dance with the elderly, and then those with the best likes win. So
Right.
that has been on for like 20 days. Today making 21 days, and then we are moving into the week of the anniversary proper, where we have today we are at the station, Inspiration FM,
Right.
and then tomorrow we'll be having a health walk where we'll be working with the elderlies of Lagos Island and those that will come from other areas to join us. We'll walk down the whole of Lagos Island providing medical outreach for the elderly, and sensitizing them about what Gerocare does. And then on the 2nd of September, which is the finale, will be at Balmoral Center in Ikeja, where we'll have Crumb Dance Studio to come lead us to dance with the elderly. So it's going to be a dance event with elderlies on our platform, and we've invited everybody that can make it to join us while we celebrate the elderly as among us. And this month happens to be the seniors month, on the international calendar, and we celebrated the Seniors Day some weeks ago. So this is part of what we're doing to push that elderly shouldn't be neglected.
Not at all. So we're going to come back to this. You're going to reiterate all that you just said now. But let's come back, to the subscription, of the app, right? What's the name of the app first? Is it Gericare?
Gericare.
Okay, so what's the subscription basis? Is it something that you subscribe for a year, for a month, and you get to renew it, 3 months? How does that work?
Yeah. So you could actually subscribe quarterly.
Okay.
You could subscribe half yearly, and you could subscribe for a year. What we did is we saw that for an elderly, it's not a one-off treatment. The elderly needs to be monitored, so that unforeseen circumstances will be nipped in the bud. So what we do is you could actually subscribe for a quarter, which is monthly, each month for 3 months. But our subscription is in form of you can use it whenever you want to, because the visits are on the app. So you could subscribe for 3 visits, which is supposed to be 1 visit in a month for 3 months, and then you need a visit in between the months. You could just activate it on the app, and then the visit is carried out. So the quarterly visit is 3 visits, which is supposed to be every month, but can be used however you like. And we have the yearly subscription, we have the half-yearly subscription.
Okay, so for persons who are wondering, what kind of ailments, conditions, might my elder be going through that is, being treated or attended to at Gerocare?
So you took the thoughts right out of my mind.
Good.
Because what I was thinking is that the person doesn't have to have any ailments.
Yeah.
In fact, it's best if the person doesn't have at the moment.
Right.
Because if you get there and there's nothing, it's the perfect time to start. Because for the elderly, once something starts, it's difficult to get you back to optimal level. If you started, it's all right, we can manage you. But all of us that are there thinking, my grandparents are strong, they are fine, they don't need it. You are the people that need it now.
Right.
So if you have that thought in your mind, so usually I have a friend of mine who his elderly father passed away, but he wasn't expecting it. Simply because on that Sunday the father died, he went to service, participated in service. The father actually took part of the sermon. So the father got home, decided to call his friend. He had not spoken to him in a while. But while speaking to his friend, all of a sudden the friend could no longer hear him. The friend kept on dialing, thinking as usual, I'm a Nigerian, his network. But he had no idea the man had died. But people would say, I saw this man this morning. He was strong. He was hale and hearty. But the question is, was he strong or was nobody just monitoring? Because when his blood pressure moved up gradually, nobody was there. He hits 200 something, the man collapses, you are shocked. You should not be shocked because nobody was checking. And so that's what we advocate, preventive health care. The second part is that because we understand that there is a dearth of geriatricians available, the key is to manage the condition before the geriatrician needs to come in. And so since there are not many, managed as a primary healthcare condition. So we see you regularly to prevent the need for more specialized care going on. Because when that time comes, the people needed are not available. So the key is to prevent it from happening and be able to have rest of mind wherever you are, and your parents are being well catered for.
Right. Okay, so what Gericare is preaching, in other words, is inculcate the habit of checkups. Because here, only when we feel pain, none of the girls Okay, so I'm just, looking at the big picture here, where Gericare is actually, taking it to, how very important to harness the value chain. So not only do persons who have parents or who are catering to the elderly to try to subscribe, but you also have persons who are meeting up these services. I'm not sure if I heard you correctly, because I thought I heard you along the line when you spoke now what you said before the geriatrician comes in. So I would have thought the geriatrician is actually on board this app when you come on, and then you can actually make your complaints, and then geriatricians meet out whatever it is that they have to meet out. How does it work?
Okay, so yes, we have because like Dr. Eddie mentioned earlier, the geriatricians are few.
Okay.
So we have them as a secondary level care.
Okay.
For everybody who is visited by a general physician, there is a geriatrician that is supervising his work. So he sends a report after a visit, the geriatrician cross-checks it. If his prescriptions are okay and all that, they go ahead with it. If there's need for changes,
Sorry, who's sending the report now?
the doctor who
Okay.
visits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the doctor who visits sends a report. When the doctor checks into the home of the elderly,
No. Is this a physical visit?
Yes, it's physical.
No, we don't do selling.
Wait,
Wow.
that's Gerocare.
It's physical.
I thought we were saying
No.
That's nice. That's so cool.
Home care.
Okay, no, what we need to understand this because
Exactly.
you know that. I mean, ever since COVID, everything. Once you say anything virtual,
No.
it just seems like that's the main thing. But some of us actually still don't get it, right? We still want that physical touch. We still want that physical conversation.
Yeah.
So when you, as a person, a subscriber,
Yes.
you get in it, you register,
Yes.
you make your either your complaint
Your
or
payment.
your payment. It's an auto visit.
Yes.
So
Wow.
what happens? Let's just
Exactly.
so I'll walk through the process. You
Yes,
finish
please.
signing up.
Right.
You added your elderly.
Mhm.
Made a payment. You
Mhm.
match the patient to a doctor who lives nearby. The doctor calls Mama
Okay.
and schedules his first appointment
Physically.
physically.
Yes.
The doctor then goes to visit her. So it's when he checks in on his application, doctor is in my house.
Right.
When he finishes seeing the patient, he checks out, doctor has left.
Hmm.
Within 6 hours at most, you receive the reports of
Okay.
that visit and whatever needs to be done. If the patient needs drugs or tests, you are informed and you make a payment for it, and the drugs are delivered to the house.
Mhm.
If the patient needs tests, the tests are carried out in the house. If the
Okay.
patient needs to go and do an x-ray, we arrange pick up and drop off. So we are providing the entire hospital network to the patients at home.
Hmm.
So Gerocare is a cloud-based hospital that functions the way any other hospital does,
Hmm.
except that it's taking place in your house.
Right. Okay.
So you could say like an Uber for doctors,
Right.
where we match you with the doctors closest to you
Okay.
that begins seeing you on a regular basis and giving the children real-time reports about them. So the geriatric part I was talking about was them having to cross-check everything the doctors do.
Hmm.
Then if you really need to see a geriatrician, it is recommended on the app, and then we hook you up to the closest geriatrician to you.
So how many states of Federation is Gerocare accessible?
Every state in Nigeria.
Wow. In 5 years. That was super fast.
So we have over 750 doctors spread nationwide,
Okay.
and they keep growing.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we started from 52 cities, but we're now in every state and almost every local government in Nigeria.
Okay, so I want to understand, does Gerocare work with doctors
Yes.
or do they work with hospitals? Doctors, so you have doctors who subscribe to it.
They also think of it as a similar Uber thing you mentioned.
Okay.
So the doctors are full-time wherever they are and are part-time seeing patients around their location. And that's why our prices are also very affordable, because the doctors don't see patients in Ikeja when they're in Lekki. So the Lekki doctors see patients around Lekki. And so transportation costs and all that are not much.
Right.
So we have to pay them the cost you see. So when you see our cost, some people wonder how are we able to do it? We're able to do it because we've been able to hack the model and find a way whereby the doctor nearest to you is able to manage you at that cost.
Okay, I can't take away the shine if you haven't, you've been using the word affordable costs. It's good. Can we talk about that? How affordable are the services from Gerocare, really?
Very affordable in the sense that it's cheaper than many of the cable network subscriptions.
You had to put it that way, huh? Okay, that's super amazing. Nama, you want to
Yeah.
go?
So I'm just thinking, you are in 36 states at the moment, in almost every local government in every state. Now that's amazing in 5 years. That's a great feat. But what has been the most challenging experience so far setting up Gerocare?
We can't take away the fact that you're entrepreneurs, right?
Right.
These things come, especially in Nigeria. So,
I'll take one and I think the particular I'll take the other.
Yeah.
So one of the key things that has been a problem is the health-seeking behavior of Nigerians and dare I say Africans in general,
Yeah.
whereby our focus is more on reactive care than on preventive care. So interestingly, that's where even here our mind went to. What condition do they have to have first before it just started? Yeah. So we needed to conquer that, and we have to do that through customer education and things like that. So people understand that paying a certain amount monthly at the end of the day is far cheaper. Because I'll use the example, unfortunately, for my father, and who was the reason why we started Gerocare. So my father had 2 massive strokes, unfortunately, in the space of a year, simply because I was living and working far away from where he was. And we realized the implications of that is not just the care for the stroke, it's the caregivers, it's the way it affects the entire family. But if I was able to subscribe to Gerocare, all the things would not have happened. So at times people ask me why I'm so aggressive, why I'm so forward. It's because I understand and I see regularly what could happen if you don't take these steps. Many times you take a child to the hospital, you tie him down, give him an injection, he's fighting with you, and he's wondering why daddy is so annoying and so wicked. But it's because he knows. So many times we come across as aggressive because we know what can happen. Take the step now, and that's what we're trying to push. So that has been a difficulty getting people to understand that they are healthy, they are strong. That's the right time to start.
Yeah. So secondly, I think it's also good to talk about the Nigerian system of not trusting people. So that was a problem initially because our visibility was kind of low. People didn't know about us. So people from diaspora need this help. They need someone to take care of their elderly in Nigeria, but they don't know we exist.
Right.
When someone tells them there are these people in Nigeria that are doing this, they are still doubting, skeptical about giving their house address to these people and all that. But over time, testimonials from people who have used the service and people who their parents were almost dying when we came in, and now 4 years down the line, 5 years down the line, they are alive and they are still receiving their Gerocare doctors. I think that is, we are getting out of that as a problem, but initially it was a big problem, people trusting and believing that we could do what we say we do.
Right. So why it might no longer be news, right? The Nigerian Medical Association says, the ratio of doctors, to patients in Nigeria today is 1 to 500. So we're just wondering, how do you get these doctors on board?
So in fairness, ratio of doctors to Nigerians in general, but then what's the ratio of doctors to the elderly? It's just a fraction of the population. We're still able to leverage on that difference. The second is to avoid flogging a dead horse. We all know our doctors' pay can't take them home, so they all need all the help they can get to help them make a little extra income.
Right.
So most doctors are very open to the idea because truly it gives them an opportunity to make more income at their convenience. Because the way Gerocare is structured, once you have the patient, it's not emergency, see the person immediately. You have a conversation with the patient and you decide on when it's convenient for both of you. So I feel that's the best way for many of them to make an extra income, especially the women who have other duties and other things they're doing. We have to schedule appointments with the patients and still make an income and not have the shotgun emergency approach to making money.
So, and I just wanted to add that we have the on-demand service, which is like more of the emergency or does not have a demographic attached to it. If you want home care service by a doctor, you could go for the on-demand service. It's not a subscription-based service. It can be one-off. You just meet doctor in your house. Instead of going to the hospital, you can book it on the app and then you get a doctor come to the house.
Okay, before I sing the world famous song, we're out of time. Let's go to these challenges that people need to be a part of. They already sound really interesting. They sound fun, easily accessible. I dare say if you don't have an elderly in your life, you can get yourself one and be a part of the challenge. So let's talk about it.
Okay, so recreate your elderly's picture.
What do you mean by that?
Okay, so we have some on Instagram. If you go to the Gericare page now, you will see so many of them. So I will take a picture my dad took some time ago, what he wore,
right,
and I will recreate that exact picture.
You wearing something like
what
your
father wore,
okay,
and then posing
side by side,
posing the same way he did. So you take that picture and put it side by side and share.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. But
Yeah.
I see that there's also more.
Yeah, so there's the other one, which is the dance, Crump dance. So there was a
Dance crump.
yeah, so Crump did a dance sequence.
Okay.
And
So
and
it's not a crump dance.
dance.
That's the name of the
Crump.
studio.
Okay.
Powering it.
We want that to be shown.
Yes, yes.
Uh-huh.
So they did a dance sequence
Okay.
and posted it, and we have people that's an elderly and a young person doing the dance sequence together. So you could do it with your parents, you could do it with your elderly loved one, but just follow the sequence, dance how they danced, and then those with the highest likes.
So there's a hashtag move break shake.
Shake.
Move, break, shake
Break
it.
shake it. Yeah.
Move,
So you
break,
go to
shake
the
it.
song.
Yes.
So you and your elderly do a choreographed dance, routine.
No,
Routine
just
That has been
of the
posted,
move,
and then you
break,
share
shake
it, and then the people that get the most likes and most shares get a prize on
So,
the eventual day. And
after
we
this-
also have weekly lives.
Great. After this elder has done all this shaking, there's free checkup at Gerocare, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things we intend to do definitely is most of the elderlies who will participate in this that are not yet on the platform, we intend to get them on board because
Okay,
I mean they are part
So
of
that's
the-
important. You have to be on the platform, right, to participate. Or
No.
is it just open to the public?
It's open anywhere, anybody.
Okay, so we cannot leave the part out that there's actually there are cash prizes attached to this.
Exactly.
And you haven't actually even mentioned the platform where this is supposed to be posted to attract likes. What platform is this?
Yeah,
The
so
social media
Instagram, Facebook, and I think they are on Twitter too,
TikTok is
and TikTok.
platform?
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So is there like a sum total of likes, or on Instagram you have your one on Instagram, and Twitter you have your one on Twitter?
Yeah, so it's sum total from all the social media. So we intend that you tell your people to like wherever you post it. So if you post it on Instagram or Facebook, tell your people to like it.
And you sum it up.
Yes, so the highest likes.
Okay, well, I asked something. The cash prizes.
Yes, so we had
That's
been,
the cool.
yes. So we've been doing live challenges
Okay.
and people have been winning. So throughout the 3 weeks we've had people winning all through, but the grand finale is this week. And the grand finale day is on the 2nd of September. So definitely we are having more people pushing to get this done. But what we intend to do is announce the winner on the 2nd of September.
Okay.
So you could still actually go there, share your pictures, share your dance challenge and all that, and get it
Where will the announcement take place?
at Balmoral Center in Ikeja.
And
Okay.
it will be streamed also, so if you're outside Lagos, you can still participate and then hear your name and the details of how you receive your prize.
Amazing.
There's a 150,000 naira plan for the best,
Woo, 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 woo.
and for the dance challenge too, I think it's a 50,000 naira prize for 4 or 5 people.
Okay, that's super amazing. Might there be anything else you want to add before we wrap up?
So for me, the key is for us to understand that people like you and I may not see ourselves as a demographic where our parents need our help, but they do. Our parents have what they call a selfless love for us, and usually don't want to burden us because they feel we are busy, we are doing something. But when something happens, we're still the ones that eventually help. So we should take the step and do something for them. Because many times these parents have 4 or 5 children and they cater for all of them. At their old age, the 4 or 5 of them cannot come together and subscribe to Gerocare for these parents. This is totally unacceptable. The question you should ask yourself is, when last did I talk to her? How do I know about her health status? Do I know what's going on with her? Ask yourself that question, and the answer is no. Do something today. Go to our website, register for them. Because most of the time, what we've seen is that when the parent, for instance, receives this, what happens is prayer and crying and stuff like that. They always wanted it.
And I would also like to share the website, the webpage, www.gerocare.org. Gerocare as in GEROCARE.org. I'm sure you will find something good for your elderly there. It's a one-stop shop for elderly care.
And the app on Android, iOS, Apple
It's
Store.
just on Android now. It's
Okay.
Gerocare. That's all.
Gerocare.
So there are 2 you see. Gerocare Doctor. That's for doctors.
Right.
Gerocare.
It's for me. Yes. It's for every one of us. Thank you so very much. We appreciate you. Thank you, ladies, for being a part of the conversation. And I hope you took more than a thing or two. Gotta go. The headline news is up next. And right after that, it's more music. Don't go away.